The 2014 MLB season was a year dominated by pitchers. In fact, it was the last season where a pitcher won an MVP award, which went to Clayton Kershaw. Due to the lack of offense, it caused an unknown player to make a true name for himself. This player ended up being Josh Harrison, or J-Hay. This was the 2014 season, the year of Josh Harrison. Going into 2014, Josh Harrison made the opening day roster for a third straight season, again starting off on the bench. Other than filling in for an injured Pedro Alvarez in 2011 at third base, Harrison had not seen much playing time as a starter. This would continue, as his first 8 at-bats in 2014 were pinch hit at-bats, but failed to record a hit in any of them. Then on April 17, in a game against the Brewers, Harrison was called to pinch hit in the 7th inning with his team down by 1. Not only does Harrison deliver, but he hits a go-ahead 2-run homer to give the Pirates the lead. The very next day, Harrison was again called to pinch hit, and would get another hit. Due to early struggles from the Pirates, manager Clint Hurdle needed to find something to change. Hurdle decided to play the hot hand and gave Harrison the start at third base in the final game of the Brewers series. He would have a good game, and he went 2 for 6 with a double in the extra inning loss. Hurdle and the Pirates realized that they needed to find a position for Harrison. Harrison would end up playing a lot of right field to start the season, would even play some left field. He would also play second base, third base, and even shortstop as well. However, this wasn't what put Josh Harrison on the map. In late June, the Pirates would play the Mets. Gregory Polanco would ground it right to the pitcher. Due to a bad read by Harrison, he was caught in a rundown. Harrison would turn what was supposed to be an easy out into a pure finessing of the entire Mets infield. But throughout this season, Harrison proved that his fast start was not a fluke. Harrison would be selected to the NL All-Star team, where he hit 5 homers, 28 RBIs, a .297 batting average, and a .783 OPS. These weren't jaw-dropping numbers, but due to the lack of offense, this was a well-deserved selection. Harrison wouldn't get an at-bat in that game, but he would start off the second half of the season on an entertaining note. After a stolen base against the Rockies, Harrison overslid and couldn't hold on to the base. Instead of giving himself up, he made his way to third. Harrison would again finesse an entire infield and made his way to third base safely. Harrison would end up having an even better second half, hitting 8 homers, 24 RBIs with a .332 batting average and an .887 OPS. Harrison would also have an amazing August when the Pirates were pushing for a playoff spot. In August, Harrison would hit for a .356 average and a .992 OPS. The Pirates would finish the season 88-74 and clinch the wildcard spot. Harrison would also put together a strong season, hitting 13 homers, 52 RBIs with a .315 batting average and an .837 OPS. Harrison would also be in 9th place for the NL MVP voting with 52 votes. Despite the strong season, even this was a little shocking, but let me explain the lack of offense in 2014. In 2014, Nelson Cruz was the only hitter to have 40 or more home runs. Also, if we look at 2022, 11 teams hit 190 or more home runs as a team. In 2014, only one team was able to do so, the Orioles. With the lack of offense in 2014, having a surprise player have an OPS over 800 became a huge advantage for the Pirates. Harrison would never have this good of a season again, but would stay in the Pirates lineup for quite some time. Going into 2015, the Pirates would extend Harrison to a 4-year, $27 million contract with 2 team options that could make his contract worth $50 million. Harrison primarily stayed at second base due to the Pirates trading Neil Walker going into 2016. He would even make an All-Star appearance in 2017. However, after a below-average 2018 season, the Pirates bought out Harrison's option in favor of another utility man, Adam Frazier. Harrison is still having a nice career and still finds teams to start for, but nothing will be as special for Harrison as his 2014 season. Josh Harrison was never a top 100 prospect. In fact, the Pirates never drafted him. He was involved in the trade that sent Tom Gorzolani and John Graybo to the Cubs. Harrison is just a guy who loves baseball and took advantage of his opportunities. If Harrison didn't have those 2 impressive pinch hit opportunities that forced Hurdle to start him, I don't know if I would be making this video right now. But in a boring 2014 season, where the American League champion Royals couldn't even hit 100 homers as a team, Harrison provided arguably the most entertainment in all of the MLB. Well, I'd say that if it was for Bumgarner's crazy playoff run. That was just crazy. If you go on YouTube, I'm sure you can find a video of Josh Harrison avoiding a bunch of tags, which ended up becoming pretty much his focal point in his career. But in 2014, where all hope seemed to be lost for Harrison, he made it his year. The year of Josh Harrison, or J-Hay. Thank you guys so much for watching. I would like to keep making sports stories, but also add some podcast style videos as well. Go check out my Daniel Jones video, which is more of a podcast style video. Again, thank you so much for watching.